Hey guys, and welcome to Wilfrid Laurier University, the Waterloo campus. Natalia here, and this week we are talking about clubs and opportunities to get involved. Yes! There are so many opportunities to get involved in university. If you go out to those university fairs or go to any open houses, you will hear that ad nauseum, and it is completely true. There really is something for everyone, no matter what your outcomes or goals are. There are intramural teams, there are resident athletic council teams, there are committees, there are subject-specific clubs, there are general interest clubs, and there are opportunities to get involved and volunteer, and just so much more. The best place to begin looking for things to get involved in is at the Get Involved Fair. I know, right? Basically, what happens is everybody has their stuff out in there, the presidents and people from the club, they're standing there willing to talk to you and just tell you what their club does, and that is why they are there at 8 in the morning. Having said that, that is where I started, and it was a great starting point, but a lot of the stuff that I'm into now I did not find at the Get Involved Fair. I found out through friends and through people that I met in classes that have similar interests that I do. So first of all, there is the Archeaology Society, which I'm obviously in. The club is for anyone who has an interest in archaeology. You don't have to be majoring in it. We just do a whole bunch of activities, from things that are blatantly archaeology related, like smashing pots and digging them back up, to things that are a little just farther out there that we're just doing for fun, like going to an archery range or paintball. So these are just generally a lot of really cool people that I really like hanging out with, and the club's just completely packed with Whovians, Nerdfighters, and Star Kids, so what's there not to love? The second club I'm in is the Laurier Comic Book Association. I don't quite remember how I ended up there. I don't really read comic books. Probably dragged by somebody awesome, and I'm loving the club. It's helped me really expand my horizons despite my lack of knowledge of comics. A couple weeks ago we watched X-Men First Class, which was awesome. Last week there was a mashup of Avengers, Justice League, and X-Men cartoons, and then coming up is a Walking Dead marathon. I've never seen Walking Dead, but I've heard amazing things about it, so I'm just really excited to have this opportunity. And the club also takes a trip down to Toronto Comic Con in March, which is awesome because cons are amazing. Okay, so the third club I'm in is called Skiffy. It's the science fiction and fantasy movie club. When I heard this existed, my mind literally blew up from the sheer amount of awesome of this idea. So what happens is the club books at a lecture hall Friday and Saturday night, BA 101, and we have movie marathons, and they're amazing. The first one that I went to was Indiana Jones, and there's nothing quite like sitting around with a whole bunch of like archaeology people just heckling him for his terrible methods and wondering what year the course in Fighting Nazis 101 is for us. And then this week there was an extended Lord of the Rings marathon, which was over 12 hours long. So all these movies are accompanied by their own heckling and soundtrack, which is so much fun. So you end up with things like 3 rings for the Elven King under the sky, 7 for the Dwarf Lords in their halls of stone, 9 for the mortal men doomed to die, and 1 for the Dark Lord on his throne, and none for Gretchen Wiener's bye. Explosion of awesome! Outside of clubs, there's a lot of opportunities to volunteer. The two things that I'm involved in is with the Accessible Learning Center. So what I'm a note taker. I have an awesome button that I love from it, and just basically what I do is I take my notes, I write my notes out. So I take my notes, I type them up, and I post them online for students that have challenges taking notes, whether that's because of a learning disability or it's because of a broken arm or something. The second thing I'm involved in is with one of the archaeology professors, Dr. Davio, and basically she runs a dig in Jordan, and she has thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of shards of pottery. So she has a whole team that's going through them, color coordinating them, sketching them, drawing them, just all this different stuff, giant machine working. And what I do is I help out with the Photoshop that is going to go up in a database with the diagrams of the pots. It's an awesome experience considering it's the field that I'm looking to get into. I want to be a professor of archaeology. What's there not to love about that? So the great thing about that is not only am I like giving my time and giving back to the community a bit, I'm also gaining experience. So it's 2 birds with 1 stone, and it's fantastic, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity. So the way I choose to spend my time and the way anyone else chooses to spend their time is really a reflection of who they are. And I just feel really blessed that Laurier has given me so many opportunities to express myself in so many different ways. So as always, it has been a pleasure to talk to you on this Tuesday, give or take a few days, and Marissa, I miss your face.